Hi guys, this is Sonal here, and today we are going to do some quick tapping on releasing one of the major reasons behind fearfulness, and that is recklessness or perceived recklessness. What happens many times is that if you want to move ahead in life, or if you want to go for the things that we desire so bad, say maybe you want to ask somebody out on a date, or ask for a raise, or you want to write that great American novel, or you want to start your own business. All of these things require, or maybe you want to go on a roller coaster, and all of these things require a little bit of courage, some degree of fearlessness. And one of the things that stops us in our tracks is um, is perceived recklessness. Just let me explain what that means. Reckless behavior is when we are doing something without thinking. Something, say maybe like maybe somebody walking onto oncoming traffic. That is reckless behavior. That is stupid and unsafe. I get it, but that also involves a degree of fearlessness. So many times we are fearful of doing things because we believe that they could be reckless. Or it may be that it has happened with you that you went ahead, you went out on a limb, you did something, and it backfired, or that it had, the consequences were not to your liking. And from such incidents where we thought we were being fearless when we were actually being reckless, such events feed our fearfulness. They teach us that if we go out and be fearless, it could actually be perceived as recklessness, and it will have consequences. It would be stupid, and that you'll have a mess on your hands. So that is the perceived recklessness. Not every act of fearlessness is reckless, but sometimes these boundaries can get blurred, and that can stop us in our tracks from even doing things that are not really reckless. So without further ado, let's do some tapping on it. If you are willing to accept full responsibility for your health and well-being, just tap along with me. You can repeat my words after me, or just roll them in your mind silently, or whatever feels right to you. And it'll be great if you can think of an incident or an event that happened with you where you went out on a limb. You told yourself that you were being fearless and that you were stepping up, but the consequences weren't all that great, and that taught you to be more fearful, and that taught you to remain in your comfort zone, that even shrunk your comfort zone even more. So if you can recall any such incident, doesn't matter how long ago it was, maybe it was in your childhood long ago, or it may be very recent, it's all right. Just bring to mind any such event, and if you can't, that's all right too. Just tap along with me, roll these words in your mind, and let's see where it goes. So we start with the karate chop tapping, which we do in order to release any hidden or unconscious resistance we may have to getting rid of the problem. And the problem in this case is the fear that you might actually be reckless when you're just thinking yourself as fearless. The blurred boundary between fearlessness and recklessness. Even though many times I'm afraid to go out and do things that I need to be doing, that I want to be doing, they will require some fearlessness on my part, but I'm also afraid that I might actually be reckless, and that could invite consequences, unintended consequences, maybe even harm. And I have learned it from past experiences, from looking at other people's lives. I may have learned it, and this has shrunk my comfort zone. I deeply and completely love and accept myself, and I'm willing to invite that wisdom that will allow me to differentiate between fearlessness and recklessness. Even though I sometimes have a hard time differentiating between fearlessness and recklessness, and that keeps me in my comfort zone, fearful and not moving ahead, I'm willing to release that, and I'm willing to invite the guidance and wisdom that I need to be able to move forward fearless. and I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Okay, great. So twice is good enough. Now we'll go to the tapping points to do some quick tapping around this. I'm afraid to be reckless. I should be. I don't want to go out and do things that I perceive are fearless but are actually reckless. I don't want to invite trouble. I don't want to put myself in harm's way. I don't want people laughing at me because of something reckless that I did. Because of something I did without thinking. Because of something that I later regret. Something reckless. I want to be a responsible person. I am a responsible person. But it sure hurts. When I find myself being stopped by my fearfulness, many times because I fear that what I desire will require action on my part that could be considered reckless, that could get me into trouble. I wish it could be easier for me. To differentiate between fearlessness and recklessness. One thing is for sure though, whenever I'm trying to prove something to someone else, whenever I'm trying to show off, whenever I'm trying to be like someone else, and the things I do and the steps I take at that time, they are reckless. Because when I'm doing that, I haven't first checked with my reason, with my abilities, with my desires and my intelligence, that even though it may be the right thing to do for them, that while it may be fearless on their part, it could be reckless on mine. So, it looks like the better I get to know myself, the more I can acknowledge and be in tune with my abilities and inabilities, the better I can decide what is fearless and what is reckless for me. When I step up, being in tune with my capabilities, my desires, my goals and ambitions, fully accepting myself and the outcome, I act from a vantage point of fearlessness. Nothing can stop me then. Because not only am I being true to myself, I am also being fearless. Take a deep breath and relax. So as you might have figured that the message of this tapping has been that when we try to when we try to blindly copy something, like maybe, suppose it's just about riding a roller coaster, that guy can do it, that guy can do it, that guy can do it, even kids are doing it. So and then you may be prompted to ride a roller coaster yourself. But if you are prone to dizziness, if you are prone to extreme nausea, and then you force yourself to go on a roller coaster, and then you end up throwing up, and then you suffer from dizziness for days afterward, in that case, was that behavior fearless or was that behavior reckless? So that is why what may be fearlessness for someone else could be recklessness for you, and that could be an important deciding factor between whether you should choose to do the next step or not. So that's when, being in tune with your own abilities, inabilities, and accepting yourself just as you are, flaws and all and everything, that is going to play a great role. That whenever you have to ask yourself, if you are doing something just because you want to be like someone else, or are you doing it because you know that you're capable of it, and that you're capable of accepting the outcome, even if it may border a little bit on recklessness. So I hope you liked this tapping. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Bye.